Hi, everyone, and welcome back. This is your Quince Madrina. This is episode 1 of season 2, and I am so excited to talk about venue hunting. So let's get started. Hello, everyone, and Happy New Year. Today, I am delighted to introduce our new guest. We are here with Amanda and Michael from the Glass Slipper Palace. How are you guys?
Hi. We are good. How are you? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Yes.
I'm so excited. I mean, episode 1 of season 2. Welcome.
Well, yay, number 1. Let's go.
Yes.
Let's go. Yeah.
All right, guys. So I wanted to dive deep into venue hunting just because that is like one of the first things you need to mark off the checklist, right?
Yep,
like
for sure.
Right.
any kind of celebration, that's for sure what you have to do.
Yes.
So what I ended up doing, I actually did a poll on our IG story on what are the most challenging parts of venue hunting.
Right.
I did like I put like aesthetics, 1, right? Then there was space, requirements, and packages.
Oh,
Yes.
Majority of the people said aesthetics.
Hey. Well, we were there for you.
Check.
Check
That one. We are there for that.
So talk to us a little bit about like what are some tips that you can give to the girls on aesthetics in general.
Well, aesthetics, I feel like we got you already for that,
Yeah,
right?
covered. Yes.
A lot of people, just how there's drapery, right? Most venues, you need to get that. But us, we already come draped. We already come, and it's not just your normal draper, thanks to this, my partner in crime over here.
Yes.
But it's more like, Palace of Versailles, more like Bridgerton,
Luxury,
luxury. So
royalty.
Yeah.
just how I tell my clients, just how you see it in the videos and pictures and on tours, how you came in, that's exactly how we want you to feel,
Yeah.
but with your little touch.
To
Right,
it, yeah.
especially with the chandeliers, all the flowers already comes decorated, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
But if you want to add in your aesthetic, that's
Totally
we're-
fine.
We're all for it. We're here
Yeah.
for it. So
I mean, I think it was like perfect that aesthetic was like the number 1 thing because you guys already covered it, and I know it was like a top priority when you guys did your venues. So that's amazing. I want to share pictures for everybody just to see what
nice.
it looks like on the inside. What's your favorite room or part of the venue? Let's talk about that a little bit.
I mean, my favorite's probably going to be like the downstairs main area because I'm obsessed with the 6 chandeliers that we picked out. So those would be my...
yeah,
Very demure.
Yes.
Demure, like,
Very
I love that.
yeah. I think it's probably our newly enchanted garden.
Oh,
on
yeah,
our
that's a good one, too,
Middle
yeah.
floors, because we not only have like the main floors, we have the main bottom floor. We have 3 bathrooms on all the bottom floors, and then each bathroom is its own. Everyone loves the gold bathroom, but there is a gold toilet. It does work.
Even the bathrooms have the little touch too.
Yep.
Yeah.
All
Love
3 of them. So we have 3 bathrooms now.
Yeah, and then I would say my favorite is the Enchanted Garden since it's new. A lot of people.
It's still not finished though.
Yeah, so
stay tuned.
that said, we always upgrade our venue like 5 months, and that's what like we always add on like the ceilings, the Enchanted Garden. We're gonna add in a lot of things this coming months, and we have a Quince suite. Right, where it doesn't look like your normal. It looks like you're in a queen princess room, and that's how we want you to make you feel, right?
Yeah.
But then we have a luxury like golden black room.
Yep.
Like we always call it like we have the Quince suite, then we have the mom and dad room,
Yeah.
or they have
VIP.
the Quince suite or the chambellan room.
Yeah.
So
the chambelanes would.
they do.
That's what happened at the last Quince. They were separated, and like the
Yeah.
chambelans were over in the.
They're
black
like,
and
oh,
gold
this is
suite.
our room. They took it over. They put their own tables and chairs up
Yeah.
there. They lounged up there,
and they
But
had
you
dinner
didn't-
up there.
Yeah, they had dinner up there. But
Very bougie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, we try to make them feel like
Welcome.
and
Yeah.
like royalty as they should feel.
I mean,
right?
that's perfect though, because I mean, when you start to think about like what goes on during a quince, a lot of them have to change into their suit to
Yeah.
what they're gonna wear.
The special dance, the secret dance, right?
Yeah.
Baile sorpresa,
Yeah.
baile sorpresa.
Yeah.
So that's where you see a lot of that. I
Yeah.
love it.
Yes.
Okay, and talk to us a little bit about. Okay, so on your bio, right? I did a
Sure.
little snooping,
Yes.
and I love how you guys put it's not just a venue; it's an experience.
Yeah.
Like like give us a little bit on like, or tell us a little bit more about what that means to you.
And I think thanks to her, that was her idea of
Thank
that
you.
because
Yeah.
it was her touch because we, that it's just that, right?
Yeah.
Yes, we make dreams become a reality, of course, 100%.
Yeah.
But it's
Yes, we're a venue.
yes,
But
we're a venue, but we're experienced. Like literally you walk in every inch, nook, cranny, corner, every single space, there's a photo moment.
Yep.
And it's an experience where we want you to feel like, because I've been in a bunch of quinceañeras myself. So I've been in chambelán, I've been in weddings, seen it all. But,
everything.
yeah, and even going into seeing a venue for our wedding.
Yeah.
But we wanted the experience to feel like you're
Yeah.
literally, going into a museum and without paying for it and giving the ticket,
Yeah.
you just come in and it's like,
Like
oh
the
my
selfie
God.
museums, how they're just like I mean,
Yeah.
this is well,
Yeah.
selfie museum, but it's that experience of like
No, it
going in, walking up the first staircase. What is it going to be? And then the Marie Antoinette suite with the bed and the pastel vibes and the mirrors and the makeup mirror. And then you go down back into the ballroom and then you turn the corner and then there's this huge 8-foot like ornate gold mirror. And you go up, ooh, what's up that staircase? That staircase, you go up Enchanted Garden, you come back down, you go through fireplace to a library, then you go up to the King Louis suite. And it's just like, it's literally an experience that, all your guests are going to have fun at the event, as well as all the things that are involved in a quince. Food, drinks, entertainment, the waltz. I mean, all that is great. But we're just adding on top of that,
which makes it very unique.
Yeah. And your guests will honestly probably never be bored in our venue because there's just so much to see at all times.
The cool thing is a lot of people don't really know this, but we actually probably the size of this wall, like half this size. We had a vision wall in my old house in our basement, like a vision board, but it was a wall. And literally everything that's in the palace, in the Glass Slipper Palace, was on this wall.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. And we wanted that same thing, the experience to feel like, oh, we need chandeliers, we need a big glass slipper, but a 6-foot slipper that we hand rhinestone ourselves, by the way.
It's our mascot.
Yeah, it's our mascot. I know everyone has their quince daughters, but that's our daughter for now.
Well, and our Pomeranian.
And our Pomeranian, Chloe. But so its experience is means a lot, right?
Yeah.
So, and you have to, we want you to make that day not just memorable for your quince, but add another layer onto that to make it a lot more grand, right?
The full experience.
Full on experience. And I mean, and let's not just talk about the venue, let's also talk about like photo studio that you guys have, right? Because it could be a venue, but let's talk a little bit about like what do you guys offer when it comes to the photo studios, like
so Monday through Thursday we're a photo studio, and we rent out by hour, and it's a 3-hour minimum. So we get a lot of photo shoots, video shoots, production,
those
movies.
are like the pre-video shoots. All
the pre-shoots. Exactly. We get a lot of those. And it could be from anywhere from 8 a.m. to like 10 p.m. And if you can bring 5 people, if you want to bring 20 people or 30 people, like we have pricing for that. But but we also offer free water, just that we're seeing here, coffee, snacks, AC, free parking, private parking too. We have that's behind our venue. So, but only for the photo studio. But we have parking across the street as well. But for like the photo studio aspect, so and it's amazing to kind of.
And the difference, sorry to cut you off, the difference is with the photo studio and the event space is downstairs is fully furnished with coffee tables, gold and white thrones, gold and white couches, rugs, so
piano, gold
you have,
piano,
like,
a gold piano
to play with.
It's like a little mini mansion.
It is
palace.
a mini mansion.
And
then we take all that off the floor and then we turn it into an event space.
We flip it every Fridays.
Every weekend.
Every weekend we flip it.
I love that.
So I mean, it's fun because, like, and I would say, and I always tell to all of our quinces and stuff like that to the parents, like, look, even if you don't book us, it is okay.
Yeah.
You can come take photos, like, but most of them book with us, of course. But the ones that don't, and they feel, I get it, because I come from a Latin background, but they get it. They just don't want like the confrontational. They're like, you think it's weird because they didn't book. It's okay. And I was like, and some of them do come back and they love it. They're like, hey, we got this venue, but it's okay. Like, I'm so glad we got to take our photos here because your place is beautiful. I said, look, it's fine. Hey, have fun, relax, take photos, videos, have some coffee.
But if you do book, we give a free photo shoot session to all of our clients.
For the invitations, for that easel picture.
They bring in their own photographer, but we allow them to have 2 to 3 hours to come in with their family. And that doesn't expire.
Yeah. I call it a one-time lifetime.
Yeah. So even after your quince, you can always come the following year for Christmas photos, birthday photos. I mean, anything, that photo shoot will always stay with you, whether you use it for your quince welcome picture or anything you want. So
it's a bonus.
Yeah, it's a bonus.
A lot of people like to use it for like, the first hour or 2 hours is like quince photos. And then the other hour would be like Christmas photos for the family.
Oh, perfect. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You get 2 things done at once.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
And okay, I know, let's get into like some of the challenges, or I guess you can say frequently asked questions that a lot of girls have. What would you say, or what's your take on outside vendors?
Outside vendors, what's so funny is because, let me just a little backstory, because me and her, we saw like 4 to 5 venues, probably like 5 venues before, the pandemic hit. Because I proposed, we looked at 5 venues right away between February and March, and then we couldn't find anything that we liked
all
or
in like
loved.
Downtown area.
Yeah, well, it was downtown, Glendale,
a little everywhere.
Yeah, but we couldn't find like a Palace of Versailles-ish, Renaissance, Bridgerton style. We love that, and we're like, oh man, and then it broke our hearts because the pandemic hit, so you couldn't see anything. So during that whole time, we made this vision wall, and we built it ourselves. And then when things opened up, we found this space. But in that time, or going through those venues, you had to use their vendors.
Yeah.
You had to use their catering.
Or
you had to use their DJ.
Yeah.
If not, it's like a $800 to $1,000 fee.
I think it's like
kind of out of your control sometimes.
Yeah. And then the sad thing is, and I'll never forget this, because, and this brings it to what you were asking, is my, one of my nephews, they had, a quinceanera, and, her name's, Justine, and they said, everyone welcome Amanda. And we're like, who's Amanda?
Yeah, because he was forced to have
he was forced to have their DJ, venue. Have their catering. So that, I was like, oh my gosh, like, I do not want that to happen. So we don't have any outside vendor fees. No, you can bring your own caterer, bring your mom to cook, because I have another insurance that you can use. Yeah. And it's very affordable. Yeah, to bring your own catering. They cook outside, obviously. Yeah. But we just wanted to make you feel welcome. Like we say,
very flexible.
You guys make it happen, basically.
Yeah, and we just want them to have fun, not
because we know what we would want out of an event. So our bar is like here for how we would want an event. So I wouldn't want anything less for our clients. So if it's not here, it's
security.
Nothing at all.
Yeah, exactly.
And our event manager, staff security, it all helps with that. Right?
Yeah.
Runs smooth. There's, we've learned all through over the past 3 years that how to run it smooth and make it fun, and make sure that you can bring your cousin's new restaurant over, or a cousin that has a taco business that just starting, right? We welcome all of that. And, because again, I always say this, is like, I don't charge outside vendor fees. The only thing we charge is smiles.
Yes.
Yeah.
We charge for you to, because we know that you're going to tell your friends, your family, you're going to put on social media. Yeah. And that's helped us tremendously.
Yeah.
Instead of charging a fee.
So much within
and it's worked.
Years.
Yeah. And other venues are different. There's no offense to that, but we just run a tight ship, but a nice smooth sailing ship.
Yeah. And I love how you guys already incorporated like what you learned along the way, venue hunting yourself, and now like how you can make that even better now.
Yeah.
So
definitely.
That always helps, especially when you're planning a quince, because yes, I think outside vendors and not being able to include them sometimes do help or don't help like budget wise, right? For a quinceañera. So that's like important to know. Well, we're going to do a quick ad break and we'll be right back. All right, so we are back at it again, and this time I kind of wanted you both to share, like, what are the 3 top factors that you guys look at when venue hunting? Like, what are the 3 things that you recommend even girls start looking into?
That's
meaning, do you meaning like what things on your list?
Things on your list, but mainly focus on venues.
Okay.
Like, what were 3 factors that when you guys were venue hunting yourself, were like, okay, this has to be on the list?
You know, even just from ourselves, and even now, and from every client that comes, it's so funny because like I always go back to they feel, you know, like they can't ask questions because some of them have paper, some of them has notes, and I said, they're like, you know, trying to hide their phone. I was like, no, tell me all the questions you want. It's okay. Like, I'm you know, I'm happy to answer all of them. But the beautiful thing is, like, I'm a solution problem solver, right? I always say there's a solution to every problem.
Yep. This is
right?
what I say all the time.
Really? Oh, nice.
Definitely.
There is. And if there isn't, I'm gonna find a way to get that solution.
Yep. Right.
So, you know, perfect example is, you know, someone would want to come in and they're like, oh, I love the gold and white, you know, but it's going to be red theme. I was like, perfect. We can add red roses in between. We could put red napkins, red linens, you know. So I think going back to what you were saying is the main 3 things would be, you know, having probably your date. But again, always to the problem of the solution. With us, you can always change your date one time.
Okay.
So even when you're not,
Okay.
So even let's just say you book, you
within
know,
a certain couple, like
we have a
7 months,
6 to 7 months, you can change it within that time frame.
Okay.
But we understand things happen, family happens, right?
That's true.
So
That's true.
and you know, we don't want to charge a fee because you changed the date, you know. But that's thing, you know, either having, you know, your date, but also even if your guest count. This is another amazing thing of us. Is, and I feel like I should write like a book or something, or like maybe like a blog to kind of like you guys have an amazing blog and of information. But one key thing is with our venue is, hey, do not stress if it's 100, if it's 150. If you know that it's going to be around 75 to 100, let's start at 75, and in a month, 2 months, you can move up to 100. You can move up in a package. We give you that option. And all we ask is on the package aspect, and in our packages or guest count, give us 3 to 2 months and you're good.
Just to make sure we're prepared.
So 2-3 months before the actual
Yeah, if so you want to bump it up, we don't allow really to go backwards, but you know.
Because we want to make you kind of like, hey, look, here's a cheat code. Send out your invitations. Whatever you get back, then go up. You don't have to, you know, go up and then like, oh my gosh, you know, 100, because it's happened before. Booked for 150, 90 show up. Right? Or 80 show up. So I think, you know, kind of knowing a somewhat guest count it is.
We're just super flexible. But something to go back to your question, like something for me that was important, chandeliers, Avi, you know, so when I look for a venue or, you know, anything, it had to have chandeliers. It had to have that wow factor when my guests walk in. Another thing, especially because, I mean, as a bride, I was looking for a room to get ready in that was big enough, that was decorated, that made me feel special. And so, you know, for our venue, when we created the Marie Antoinette suite, that's like the princess quince room, the bridal suite.
We have a name for each room.
So we did that because we were looking for that in a venue as well. So, and then the third one for me, I was looking for all white floors. Every venue I went into, the carpet was crazy, checkered floors. I mean, everything was just really not my style, not, you know, and I was like, why? And I asked the person, hey, what if I want to, you know, make the whole floor white. And he goes, well, it's going to cost you, $5,000 to $10,000 if you want to make the whole floor white.
Yeah.
Wow. Not just a dance floor, but to cover the whole carpet.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? On top of the $45,000 venue? That's crazy. Oh,
yeah,
no.
It was nuts.
So we created ourselves.
Yeah.
So it's free basically with every single booking. You don't have to pay that extra $5,000 to $10,000 to get an all white floor. So
and the dance floor is wherever you want it. We don't have a specific area where you have to. I always say, this is your quince. This is not my quince. This is not your sister's, your cousin's quince. This is your quince. So however you want to have the dance floor, the quince main table, we can put it wherever you like. They're like, oh my God, thank you so much. And we love seeing the new things that they come and,
it's like
put
inspiration for you.
Yeah. Because we sometimes see it a certain way every time and we're like, this is what we, and then we see someone like, oh my God.
Like this looks
no way.
Cool.
Yeah. So again, flexibility. Yeah. That's all we strive for in our life. And,
I guess the top 3 things is like, going back is flexibility. Make sure a venue has flexibility. A place for the quince and the parents to relax.
Yeah. Suite, a
private room, right? And then, third is just making sure that, the aesthetic wise of your thing, because a lot of people have themes too, right? So but the funny thing I always say is, because somebody came in, they're like, oh, we want to have like a masquerade theme, but your place is like all gold. They're like, no worries.
Everything
add some silver,
works.
add some gold, add some, they put feathers in the centerpieces.
Literally,
they had masks.
I
So
feel
literally
like
everything.
Every theme can work in our venue. And I think that people don't really sometimes think out the box.
True.
We had a Pokemon
we had a
wedding.
Pokemon theme. Yeah, I remember that.
And a Pokemon quince.
Yeah.
So
Pokemon
every theme
quince.
works.
Everything is possible.
Yeah. I mean, you could do a goth theme, like all black and dark with black roses.
I mean, even if you think about it, like white and gold are really like staple colors that you can mix around with any other colors. So.
And I'm not trying to be biased, but honestly, I'm surprised that I already knew gold matches with a lot of things. But some of the colors that the quince comes, I'm like, oh my God, this looks amazing.
Yeah.
I didn't think about
it. I think almost every single color has been a showstopper.
Nice.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah. And okay, going a little back here.
Yeah, sure.
I really like how you mentioned like the all white floors.
Yes.
Because I kid you not, there's been times where I walk into venues that have carpet for years, right?
Yeah.
And sometimes after a while, it's like no updates really to the floor, which I feel like now the new aesthetic is like really open, white, or, something super clean.
Yeah.
I've even walked in with like a carpet kind of little smelly.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
Like a bowling alley.
But you know what? Going back to smell. We actually have a scent going through a special scent that goes through our venue.
A hotel scent.
Like a hotel scent. And everyone's like, oh my God, what is that scent? Yeah.
I will say, a lot of venues, I never really understood why they have crazy carpet. And now I totally do understand.
The upkeep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because, having all white floors, I mean, it's crazy. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, this is why.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I know why nobody has
definitely
permanent.
The pros and cons to it.
Oh, for sure.
But
so
to us, I
get
think the white is definitely, it's more elegant. And like you said, it opens it. Yeah, it stands out.
Yeah, we're definitely in the next couple
And they're white
years,
glitter floors.
Yeah. We're definitely upgrading to white marble porcelain in a couple years.
Yeah.
So that's going to be the next.
Stay tuned.
Yeah, stay tuned for.
It's another thing, another 4 or 5 month thing that we're adding on.
Okay.
Yep.
I like that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's time for the quince trivia. This one is my favorite.
Yes.
So I'm going to ask you guys questions and you just answer one or the other, okay?
Okay.
All right, so quick quince planning trivia. First one, should a party end at 12 p.m. or 2 a.m.?
12 p.m.
Hands down.
Yeah?
12 p.m.
I'm sorry, not p.m. a.m.
A.m. I'm sorry, yeah.
Oh, yeah, 12 a.m. 12 a.m. Yeah. Yeah, 12 p.m.
Well, that said, we give 12 hours.
Yeah.
So with our booking, you get 12 hours. 6 hours to set up, 6 hours for the party.
Yeah.
For the fiesta, right?
Yeah,
So that's plenty of time to party.
Down.
But,
that's true.
But that said, you can go after hours. It's just an extra cost for our staff and security to stay longer.
Yeah.
But 12 a.m. 12 a.m. is understandable because 6 hours is a lot of time to party. I'm telling you.
We've just learned that 12 is just Sweet spot. Key.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're not a club or anything like that. So.
That's true.
True. We've seen it all, and then we were like, oh, if that would have went on for 2 more hours, but no, I honestly think,
12.
Doors open at 6, 12. That's it. It's literally the perfect recipe.
Perfect.
Yeah.
For a quince, do you guys recommend open bar or cash bar?
I actually recommend open, but we're you can do both with us.
Yeah. So you can do both, but I mean,
I've seen open bar 9 out of 10 times. Everyone does open bar.
Yeah, I don't even think we've had maybe one cash bar was for a wedding. Yeah.
Okay. And then for the music, do you guys prefer live music or DJ?
Well,
you already know.
so it's so funny because
for me, I'll answer DJ.
Okay,
that's it.
Yeah,
that's all.
I don't mind, right? Because I come from a Mexican background, so she's like, "What is this? What is this?"
No,
like, that's a banda,
first of all,
they're playing tabarazo. Like, they're like, oh, but it's more of the reason why is because it's so loud, right? And you can't really even talk and have fun with your family.
That's true.
But
I'm worried about my chandeliers.
Yeah, she is. But we have a place now for the banda, so we have a place that we put them. So
also, I'm okay like keeping it to a minimum of the banda, like 5, 4 or 5.
But when they come with like
we had one the other day, 12? There was 9.
9, yeah.
And it was just really overwhelming. For everybody. I think the guests could have been overwhelmed, as well. Yeah. Staff, everybody. It was a great time. It was great.
Everyone had fun.
And it was almost the whole 6 hours,
Yeah.
But
oh, are you serious?
Yeah.
I wouldn't recommend.
And then I'm thinking like, man, they spent money on the DJ and the banda, but the DJ played literally like 5 songs.
Literally only when the banda would take breaks.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I enjoy it when it's like 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Small band,
And maybe
banda.
Not for the whole entire.
Yeah. Totally. We've had it before where they take like literally like an hour break and then the DJ plays for an hour and then they come on.
I've seen it all.
Yeah. I kind of like the mix just because there's preferences with your guests. And of course, you can't please everybody. But on top of that, you get a little break from whatever other music that your other guests might want to enjoy. Yeah. And then plus, if you're thinking about it, I don't think if you're having a dinner or while eating dinner, you want to have like big old
Yeah.
Just because I know they are loud.
Yeah.
It could be really
I
loud.
do love mariachis though.
Yeah. Mariachi's really elegant.
Yeah.
I love that for like dinner.
Yeah.
I love it when the mariachis come behind the quince.
Yeah,
like, it's their entrance.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
That's my favorite.
Yeah.
But it's just the drums. There's just no turning that volume down. So I'm just watching all 6 of my chandeliers, like.
But they're okay.
They're okay.
We allow it. By the way, and we do allow live music.
Yeah,
okay.
So
we do.
That's fine.
Oh, nice.
But under 5 band members.
Preference.
Yes.
Under 5, please. Should a quinceañera have a bounce house? Yes.
I don't mind. We allow it.
Yeah.
I've seen it. It's 50-50.
Yeah.
But it honestly depends on the quince. Sometimes they love going in their dress, and sometimes it gets messed up.
It's mostly the kids.
But it's mostly the kids.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we call it.
Yeah.
We call it.
Yeah.
We call it our babysitter.
Yeah. Because it is true. Like
we have security in the back of our venue, so
all
no
the kids aren't like running through the venue,
That's
so they all go out there, and that's where they stay.
Yeah.
For us, like for larger events, it might not work because of the tent out back that we put, but definitely like up to 100,
125.
There's definitely
maybe,
a room for a bounce house.
Okay.
Yeah, we put it next to our outside tent that's attached to our venue.
Okay.
But with 150, the tent does grow, and we don't really have room to accommodate the bounce house.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's 50-50 for me. I don't mind it.
Yeah, I don't mind it.
I think it's perfect just because I think one of our issues that we always see, it's like you're in the middle of your vals or your baile sorpresa, and then you always have your, cousin or smaller sibling just like running around.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's mainly an
I've
issue.
seen so many
Have you seen that?
videos where they fall sometimes.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say.
That's crazy.
The quince dresses are ginormous, and right now they're coming with like tails and things. So I just see
Lights.
how that is always an issue.
I have a story.
You want to say this?
Story time.
Oh, one of the quinceas had like lights on the bottom of her dress, and
it like broke.
It kind of came like off a little bit, so it was kind of like tripping people. And I was walking past her through this narrow way because she was hanging out with her friends, and my foot totally got caught in her lights, and I almost fell.
Oh my god!
But her dress was still beautiful, and I helped fix it and safety pin because I always have safety pins. So we were there,
and we're always on site, so we're always super hands-on.
I was like, if I'm tripping over it, older people are going to trip over it. Kids are going to trip over it. So I was like, let's safety pin that up. For safety.
Yeah, that's good. But I mean, those are things that kind of come to mind when you're planning a quinceañera. The typical things that you always see too, right?
Yeah.
So kind of learning from that and being like, how can we make it a little bit?
Right.
Yeah. So the bounce house definitely helps, with that, solves that problem.
Yeah.
Definitely.
All right.
Yeah.
I love that. Okay, so that basically ends quince planning trivia.
Yes.
No more? Come on,
get on. Come on.
We're just getting started.
Yeah. I'm barely on my 10th cup of coffee.
Yeah.
No, I'm joking.
No. Right now, I wanted to introduce a new segment that we're going to be having. Our new segment that we're going to be adding to the Quince show. It's going to be called Quince Stories, where we welcome all of you to share funny moments, anything memorable, any learning experiences that you have experienced either, during your learning process of planning a quinceañera or at your actual quinceañera. So it doesn't matter if you've had your quince 5 years ago, 10 years ago, a year ago. Please feel free to share any of that, and you can share it quincemadrina@quinceanera.com. I'll go ahead and also put it here on the screen for all of you to share. Okay.
Yes.
All right, Amanda and Michael. So that finalizes the episode 1.
Nice.
It was such a pleasure to have both of you here. And any last announcements for everybody? Like, what do you guys have?
Well, we expanded.
Yeah, we just expanded. Yeah, that was fun. We were like 100 seated inside, and now we're about 130, 140 inside. Yeah. But our max capacity is 150.
Okay.
So yeah, that's fun. We have like it's like a library theme in one area now. So
Enchanted Garden.
That's fun.
Yeah,
that's been a favorite. Again, people like to go, tables and chairs or photo booth. And sometimes they even love it because they use our backdrop as our photo booth.
Yeah,
so
you just put the photo booth up there and stand in front of the greenery and the white roses.
Oh, beautiful. Okay, I definitely need a clip of that. So
for sure.
Everybody.
But also I want to touch on that we're, here to answer any questions for any clients. We're always, we're always available. We are both we're the only owners, know.
Yeah.
So any questions that any clients have, feel free to call us. Michael will answer literally any question just to make you feel more comfortable. And for the tours, they're specifically designed an hour and a half for you only. And he sits down with you and literally goes over any questions that you have that you feel nervous about or unsure about, and we're here to, make our clients comfortable. We're super cool. We're kind of young, and, I just feel like, we're a really fun time and our customer service is like no other because we strive for that. So,
and bring your family. It's okay. Another thing I've heard, and it blows my mind is a lot of, families that come in is they're like, oh, is it okay if I bring my tío, my nina, my nino, and my brother, my sister, family of 7 or family of 10 one time came in.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Sure. Yeah. We roll in deep.
Yes.
Yeah.
I welcome all because I want them to experience, and it's more of to push, hey, yes, please book this venue.
Yeah. Come on, break everybody.
Yeah, but and we don't charge for a tour either. That's another thing I heard that you have to.
Perfect.
Yeah,
so
just respect the time slot that you're given.
Because we have other quinces that want to, they're excited.
Yeah.
Some show up earlier. I'm like, hey, so sorry, we're almost done. I promise.
Well, you guys do give the attention to details, so that's awesome.
Yeah, for sure.
I also saw that on your website you have a 360 tour.
Yeah, that's new too.
That's brand new, actually. So, if you can't make it in, for some reason, at least because we actually have a lot of people that are out of state booking our venue.
Oh, wow.
Even quinces, weddings.
So they're literally just going through the tour online and then booking. So it's actually been amazing to,
And the photo studio. So we have we have a 3D tour for the photo studio and for the Quince for the venue. So
that works.
But we noticed, a lot of people, want great customer service. So, and they have a hard time with that at a lot of places. Yeah. So, to touch back on that, like we are here for everybody and want to give the best time ever. It's one time for your little girl, and so come book the Glass Slipper Palace.
And I'll for sure share the link for everybody to go follow you guys on your Instagram first of all, and also website, right? Because you guys have so much to show. Well, thank you once again for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Of course. For everybody watching, thank you for staying tuned. Don't forget you can watch the full podcast show on either Spotify or YouTube. Don't forget to follow them, the Glass Slipper Palace, on Instagram. I'll go ahead and share their IG handles and everything else. And I just want to thank all of you. This is season 2, episode 1. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you very soon. Bye.